For this project, you're only going to need a few simple supplies. You are going to need a piece of copy paper, or you could use the back of a worksheet that you have at home. That is an old worksheet that you don't need anymore, so you can use the back of that paper. You're going to need a crayon, as many colors as you would like. I like to use the broken pieces that I find in my box that I know I don't really want to draw with anymore, but I might color. And then you're going to peel the papers off. You can also take your broken pieces with the paper on and put it in some warm water for a few minutes, and it makes the paper come off very easily. So what we're going to do today is we're going to explore texture, and we're going to show that texture by doing a rubbing. So when you feel something, if I run my hands along this cardboard, some of it feels raised up. That is the texture. Creating a texture rubbing shows visually, or by seeing, what that texture would look like. So once you have all of your supplies, here are some very important things that you want to remember while doing a texture. And I'm going to show you some different examples. This is a piece of corrugated cardboard. I peeled the paper off from here to reveal that bumpy line. I've got some sandpaper, some leaves that I went and got outside. This is the lid of a can. You could do the side of a can. Coins. You can do a rubbing with coins. You can also go for a walk outside and do some rubbings in different textured areas. I'm going to show you some different things inside because today is a pretty rainy day and going outside sure does not sound like a lot of fun. So to create your texture, you're going to take your piece of paper. You're going to put your object underneath a piece of paper. If you do a leaf, which comes out really pretty, you want to flip it on the back of the leaf because it makes that texture show very nicely. Put your hand where your object is, and you're going to take your crayon. Now, this is really, really important. Your crayon is going to take a nap, so it's laying down. And you're going to rub all in the same direction, very slowly. You can see I've got that nice outline of my leaf. Now, I'm going to show you why it's important for you to use the side of your crayon and to go all in the same direction. If I use the top of my crayon, it's not going to come out as well, and it's not going to be as neat. Look at the difference between these two leaves. I can kind of see the texture, but this looks much nicer, like a whole object. Now I'm going to show you a couple other things. I'm going to put this crayon to bed. That was some sandpaper. You could use small objects, maybe a Lego or a coin, and you're going to rub in the same direction. Whoop, crayon down. So I made my quarter. That one has a plane on the back of it for the Wright brothers. This is a dime. Okay, so you can do those. I have some other different leaves that I found outside. Remember, you want it to be on the back where the veins are. Put your crayon to sleep and rub in the same direction. I actually went out into my garage and walked around in the garage to get some different textures too. This is the top of my can. Let's use a blue. I'm going to go in the same direction. You noticed I put that can to sleep. Look at that cool circle. Now, if it moves, you're going to get like a double piece. And that's okay sometimes, but you want to try and hold it still underneath to create your texture. So there are all different types of things. You could do the bottom of your shoe, all different kinds of stuff like that. Now, I'm going to show you a couple other papers that I did. I filled this paper all up. It's all different leaves that I found outside. these are all things from my garage. This is the screen to my screen door. This was the step part of a ladder. This is on the side of a basket. This was a shelf, a piece of wood, and the tires from Mr. Johnston's bike. So once you have all of your different rubbings, remember our important rules. You need a crayon, you need it to be peeled, and you need that crayon to take a nap. Because if it lays down, you're going to get a better rubbing. You could do it in one color or several different colors. Your rubbings can overlap. And you notice I've got a lot of different rubbings that I can choose from. When you're all done, you're going to decide what you would like to make that rubbing into. So, let's just see here. I've got the back of this paper, and I have a rubbing, some things that I made earlier. This was my can. I'm going to turn it into a picture. I've got a piece of my box that I did earlier. And you guess what these are? Paper clips. Got some paper clips. I'm going to use these little coins for some eyes. You could make an animal. You could make a butterfly or a bug. You could make a house. You're just going to have to think a little bit to decide what it is that you would like to make. So here I'm making a little robot. You can see his wheels on the bottom. Maybe you would like to come up with your own robot and tell me what his robot job would be. Here's a little mouth. I made some buttons on him. And then you'll cut out your different shapes and arrange them on a piece of paper. Or if you're rubbing them, you could rub them in the place that you want them and use that paper. So I can't wait to see what it is that you make with your rubbings. Like I said, they can be things from inside or outside. Maybe it's things you find in the kitchen or the garage or on a walk, or maybe some of your toys. Just remember, put those crayons to sleep and use the side of your crayon to create your rubbings. Cut them out and arrange them into a picture. Then you will take a photo of that picture and send it to me and put it into our Google Classroom for our texture project. Have a good time.